Robert Burns wrote to Francis Dunlop on August 21st, 1788. The following is the first compliment I have paid the Nith, and was the work of an hour as I jogged up his banks yesterday morning. The idea is a young gentleman, perhaps, going abroad. I do not affirm it has merit. The fact is, an author is by no means a competent judge of his own composition, at least till the heyday of novelty evaporate. The Thames flows proudly to the sea, where royal cities stately stand, but sweeter flows the Nith to me, where Cummins ance at high command. When shall I see that distant land, that winding stream I love so dear? Must cruel fortune's adverse hand forever, ever keep me here? Fair spread, O Nith, thy flowery dales, where rove the flocks among the broom, and richly wave thy fruitful vales, surrounded by the hawthorns bloom. Though wandering now must be my doom, far from thy bonnie banks and braes, there may my latest hours consume with those my friends of early days. That tune is called a Robie, donna, gorach, which is an old Highland tune, and it was, I believe that's Burns wrote it to the melody. He wrote to melody. You'll see a lot of his lyrics online, and it says poem, but there's song lyrics. He played the fiddle, he bought every tune book he could get his hands on, and he was a songsmith. So if you see someone with a new tune to Flow Gently Sweet Afton, for example, like Chris Thile recently did and was done in 1831, that's not Burns's tune. And those tunes do not express the meaning of the song as well as the tunes Burns chose to write to. So, I'm on a bit of a rant here, but I want to talk about, this is the early draft of the song when he first wrote it. And not always, but when he would revise his lyrics to be published, he would do worse versions of them. And I'll give you an example. So he revised this to send to the Scots Musical Museum, and this is what he sent them. Instead of, fair spread, O Nith, thy flowery dales, where rove the flocks among the broom, and richly wave thy fruitful vales, surrounded by the hawthorns bloom. He thought he'd fix that up, and he wrote, how lovely, Nith, thy fruitful vales, where bounding hawthorns gaily bloom, and sweetly spread thy sloping dales, where lambkins wanton through the broom. How cute. Well, nobody's perfect, and Burns, in fact, it's curious because he said, at least until the heyday of novelty evaporate. but usually his first impulses were best with his writing. I've been working on a Burns songbook called Glorious Work for 8 years, and I've got 20 early drafts that I'm featuring that are better than I think are better than the published versions. In some cases, a lot better. Anyway, hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe. And bless you for loving Robert as much as I do. Maybe you don't, in which case I forget, I forget you. You know, you just sit in a room doing videos and you go a little nuts. I have not been gigging enough. Where you gig is where you feel people, you know. That's working and that isn't. You sit in a room with a camera, you go a little nuts. Anyway, what else is new? Yeah, that song took a long time to learn. Of course, I've been dealing with various other issues, including getting a couple of teeth extracted. So this is the first video without 3 of my lower teeth. So that's fun. I'm getting an Essex shield on Tuesday. I hadn't heard of that before, but that's the flipper they give you. Essex is spelled E-S-S-I-X. I've seen it written out, or I would have spelled it E-S-S-E-X, like everybody else.